fast bowlers actually got more wickets than spinners have. So Bumrah could be dangerous. He's generally dangerous on any wicket. Late swing. The fact that with that action he can get the ball to tail back into the left-hander, that is something. That is some skill.
You and I shared a car on the way to the ground today, and we were talking about the impact of that exact point. The fast bowlers, we're always going to have impact with spin bowling on this track. But you think back to the last over of Shaheen Shah Afridi, 2 overs here now from Jasprit Bumrah, and there's the margin right there.
It's a wide one down the leg side. Absolutely. I think Jasprit Bumrah is light years ahead at the rest of the cast.
Cross bats, that's what the flavour of this batting, doesn't matter what colour that you're playing for in the world, and they've all met with the same or similar results, and that is that it's difficult off that short of the length to try and plant it as you would in India into the stands. Very tricky on a wicket that's just holding, even with the new ball. It's very tricky,
especially with the large square boundaries here in Sri Lanka and the wind. There's a big crosswind here, so when you're trying to hit square the wicket here, these are very large square boundaries, not like the boundaries in India.
Playing it with soft hands, watching the ball closely. Babar Azam, you need a Babar Azam here to survive this scare, because you want some conventional batting and basic batting. No heroics needed. It's just about putting up a partnership. And Babar Azam could be an ideal guy here to do that role for Pakistan.
Yeah, need a stopgap. Babar Azam is all of that and more. When he gets going, he's got a terrific record. And he's going to have nerves of steel. He's going to have to be Superman for Pakistan this evening.
Oh, that's well played in the end. Almost lost his balance. It was once again a speedy ball. 145.2. And it's a Yorker and almost swept him off his feet.
Almost took his big toe there. Yeah, as a batter I can tell you, when a ball comes in that direction and that speed, you're trying to just get bat onto danger that Jasprit Bumrah is.
Change of pace. I think it was a cutter that was attempted. Babar Azam in the end dealt with it quite smartly.
Yeah, how beautifully done. Very deceptive. Could barely pick it up. Just rolled his fingers over it as the ball came out of his hands. Yeah. Does that so late. This is the off spinner. He's got a top spinner as well, which is even more dangerous.
Very impressive over once again. 4 done, 25. This is a given Indian spinners a headway here. 3 wickets. And so what they need to do is just follow through, basically.
Tell you what, Ramesh, here is where the game will go in India's favour.
That's such a good shot. He plays spin well. He's a good cutter of the ball. Fearless batting so far from Usman Khan.
Yeah, great shot from Usman Khan. Made some room for himself. Ball is pitched up and freed his arms through the ball. Got it over the infield. Nicely done. Head watching the ball right on top of it.
Goes big again, and that's another great hit. Under pressure, he's produced 2 lovely hits.
I'll tell you what, he's right up for it here, Usman. He's come in, maybe just sort of trying to go a bit too hard, but at the moment, it's putting pressure back on India. What an astute comment that you just made there, and I 100% agree with it. I think that in a drafting situation like cycling, that somehow that top order could have just managed to get a bit more pressure, but unfortunately the headwind is meeting the peloton head on.
Nicely played. So this is good batting. 2 boundaries, following it up with a single. It's about exerting pressure on India. Can they do it? They can through a partnership, through good common sense batting, and making sure that you play the spinners well there.
Yeah, India on the other hand,
well, Babar Azam, they crossed the line. This is kind of a disaster for Pakistan.
I was just going to say India on the other hand are bowling well, they're wearing their pace well. Akshar Patel getting hit for 2 boundaries when he goes slower through the air. Bowled the third one quicker, gave a single away and came back to bowl the 5th ball. Slower again through the air, undercutted that ball, going with the angle.
I like that.
In again. Not only about repair work, they need to get cracking as well. 9.36 is the required rate, so that's hanging on the head as well, on the shoulders. So it's got to be that magical mix.
You think back to the Indian innings where Ishan Kishan at this stage he was just taking off from the runway. 1 for 41 is the comparison where India were.
Missing the stance. A good comeback from Akshar after being hit for 2 fours. Picked up Babar Azam, 34 for 4.
Right ingredients, right treatment.
Change of bowling. It's going to be Varun Chakravarti. So double spin attack for India at the moment. Akshar Patel bowling the 5th over and Varun Chakravarti.
Fielder out there will cut it off to make sure it doesn't get away for 4. Look at the wicket. Yeah, tries for the slog sweep, carries on with the arm onto the middle stump. Delirium in the crowd.
Look at the scorecard here. Pakistan now struggling big time.
Yeah, in the power play, it really had to be about just staying in the game for Pakistan, getting some sort of a start. Theory might well have been that whilst the ball is hard and new, you've got to try and play some shots, but not at the expense of your whole batting order.
Pick your play shots, chasing 170 plus. I think he's one of the best pacers in world cricket in all the formats for Bumrah.
Yes, absolutely. I think Nawaz Fahim and Shaheen to follow Fahim played a match-winning innings only a couple of matches ago against Netherlands. So could possibly, having lost 2 wickets, the shot that the skipper played was really hard to understand. In the same over, a wicket to Bumrah. Somebody of Bumrah or Wasim Akram or whatever, should give him a wicket in the first 2 deliveries. Try something against. I think there was a last ball as well, just that over,
Where Salman got out. Go with the straight bat if you're gonna attack the bowlers. He's a good bowler. Good variations, good pace, bowl within the stumps every time.
अपनों की रिलीज पे रहे एक बॉल पे
138 from 84 is just under 10s of what they need desperately in this consolidation phase is a partnership. You just need to knock it around. We've spoken ad nauseum about slowness of this pitch and vastness of this outfield, and the fact that 2s in general are the way you want to go about things. That's what they've got to look for here, Usman and Shadab, and cut out risk.
At least for 4 or 5 overs. Good delivery, beautifully bowled, drifted in nicely. Such a good bowler, Akshar. Varies his pace nicely at times, beautifully, sensibly.
Just about got to it. Just about. And gets enough of it, Usman, to get it in the gap. At
mid-wicket, a wide long on for 4.
Well, he's going to be the key. Because he's batted well. He's had 3 boundaries and a 6 so far in his 25. So it's up to him. It's up to him to stick around right till the end if Pakistan are going to win this.
Delivery, dot ball again. They're not giving any weak deliveries to Pakistan, these Indian bowlers. They are on top. Hardik Pandya started the trend with a wicket in his first over of Sagar Pradhan. This is flighted delivery. Again the return.
Just ask the question, and there's the sign. Smart replay, all sorted upstairs. Chris Gaffney working in concert with the 2 umps who are out there, Dharmasena and Illingworth. Yep, so asked the question. He said, nope, all's fine. Rebuilds the castle. Good over again for India. There's a 4 in that. But able to follow up with a couple of dots. Looking to finish off here. Big side. It'll go off to the fence. Nicely played. 47 for 4 after 7. Let's see.
I like that.
They ran 3, it's a good start. And that also brings up 50 for Pakistan in 8th over with 3 wickets, 4 wickets down in fact. Required run rate is creeping up obviously, but still under 10s anyway.
Yes, I think a partnership is needed for Pakistan. And this is a big boundary, you saw that. Otherwise, how often do you see 3 runs in a T20 game? You barely see 2 runs as well. This is a big boundary. That's why you saw a lot of catches on the boundary as well when India were batting.
Yeah, more like it. That's all you want.
Smart cricket. You've got 3 runs in the first ball.
Yeah, nicely done. Well placed. Just wanted it to go fine. It was a full toss in the end. He had decided early, premeditated because he saw the gap, and so had to pull the shot off and does.
Yeah, very good shot from Shahab. This will give him a bit of confidence. And he's a good player, we all know that, but he needs 2-3 boundaries to get him going, and I think this boundary will definitely help to regain that confidence as an all-rounder.
Doesn't bowl a full toss too often now, Varun Chakravarti. Trying to get the ball a little bit more air maybe.
There is some green amid the blue. They need a reason to shout. And so far, it's all blue, with 4 wickets having gone down and 175 on the board. A partnership here, can it just drag the game towards the back end and still having them in with a shout, Pakistan? Nicely played again. Yeah, look at the crowd. What you're looking for as you watch here. Action. Not to finish 10 off. 57 for 4. Out there. Fielder. Oh, puts it down. 1 bounce and 4. Top effort. Had a long way to go, Tilak Verma.
Might have been a little bit wide in any case. A little bit wider. If he had been at the normal long-off position, it would have been a sitter down his throat. And you could say that Usman saw that. And that's why he played a straight shot. Look how wide he was. That's why he had to dive for it.
But I think the reason he was wide because Usman played a couple of shots the over before inside out to extra cover. So bowler thought, okay, I'll have him a little wider. And that's why he missed the catch. Good effort. Boundary on the first ball. Still wide. I think that's where Akshar wants him. Another one. Another straight shot. Another boundary. Yes, 2 in 2 now.
This is brilliant batting. This is brilliant batting from Usman. Previous over he played inside out, which has forced Surya Kumar Yadav to put his long off fielder more towards extra cover, and now he's playing an even safer shot with a straighter bat. You can see that straight bat, 1 bounce, 2 bounce, and over the boundary line. Very smart batting, very good batting that from Usman.
He's normally in the top 3. Usman, as a batter. He has 5 centuries in his T20 career. He's a bit of a basher. Looks to go after it all the way through. On to 39 from 26. I mentioned the centuries because he's quite able to attack and continue to. Also, if you think about conditions and where he would normally play his cricket, slow pitches in Pakistan as well.
Call is for 2. Are they going to come back? No, they're going to settle for 1. There's no point taking a risk at this stage of the game. This partnership is building. 32 now between these two.
Yes, and the last thing you want when a partnership is building is a run out. And again, Akshar Patel ran to the ball very quickly. Rinku Singh came in very quickly. The second run was never going to be on.
Those two would be in the fastest, certainly in the top 3 in terms of pace to the ball of the Indian setup. Very fast, outstanding fielders, good arms. Nine off the over, and it's just staying in touch. Over before, 10 off. What an innings that was from Ishan Kishan. In fine form. That ball to finish. 9 done, 66 for 4.
इसीलिए लाइफ बॉय
बड़े ख्वाबों को दे लाइफ बॉय.
Kuldeep Yadav.
This is going to be a key time in the game. Key time.
Playing his first game in this World Cup, Kuldeep Yadav. And what a talent he is. Especially in the mid-overs in this format of one day or test cricket. Improved a lot in the last 2 to 3 years.
Yes, if he was going to be in the fray, he should have maybe played the previous game as well. This wrist spinner, if he can get some overs under his belt, always a help. Let's hope he will strike his line and length straight away.
Noticeable in the last couple of years is the pace at which he now bowls. If you think of earlier Kuldeep Yadav, classical wrist spinner, is that there'd be flight on that. It'd be slower, it would be kind of low to mid 80s, and now he is mid to high 80s as an average. That sweep shot comes out. The game's come thick. There's that googly once again.
That's why it's so difficult. It's close to the stump as well. There we go. Literally in front of the umpire, and that was the googly. I suppose Sunny is the best person to explain. It's impossible to read the spinner if you can't read his hand, Sunny. From Ravs, you can't read it under lights, am I right?
Absolutely. I think you've got to be able to pick up his wrist, his release. That is a great indication. How much it will turn depends to a great extent on the surface. But if you pick which way the ball is likely to turn, it gives you a better chance.
Just about reaches it, and he'll pick up 1. It's a good over. Just 5 off it. 71 for 4 after 10.
This time it's through spin. Aksar, 1 for 27 in 3.1. Not enough power, not enough middle of the bat. Rinku is sparkling in the field.
He's got such great ground speed, which means his cover's excellent. In fact, Tilak Varma, he's just dropped that catch. Made a real huge effort. Most people wouldn't even get to it. But between these two, they've got the perfect mid-off and mid-on fielder. Such great pace, good arm strength, and very viable hands.
Yeah, both are gun fielders in the outfield. Some of the best in the world, I reckon. He gets around so quickly. He's so unassuming.
अपनों की रिलीज पे रहे, एक कॉल पे मौजूद।
Somehow they've got to make sure that, you know, when they're in the last 2 or 3 overs of the innings, they need maybe 15 or something like that. Hoping against, so, you know, that's the way really to look at this contest now. Required rate is 11.24 right now. So, I mean, if it stretches to 15 in the last 3 overs, with maybe 3 or 4 wickets in hand, they still have an outside chance of doing something.
Yeah, too many things have to go their way if the things have to work out for Pakistan. It's the end of the over, 73 for 5.
The point is that if you're not reading him off the hand, that you can't really walk out of the crease or rush him by using your feet.
Such a wily custom. Where is his pace? He's got the mindset of Shane Warne, always thinking about taking wickets, aggressive mindset. It's what we love about Kuldeep Yadav.
Nice shot, sweep shot, beats the man at square leg. That's a good connection.
Yeah, full toss converted well. Nawaz. And then dip from Dubey. He's going to turn away from him as well. As Dubey has struggled with his pace today.
He's accurate and he's mystery. He's wonderful to watch, Kuldeep.
Yeah, really interested to see this number here, average turn. First innings 2.6, this innings 1.7. Night air maybe?
Yeah, could be. Has gone up in the air. Dubey catches it quite nicely in the end. That's a bad one. It was there to be hit for a 6. Nawaz missing out, messing it up. And Dubey got around there.
PS 30 धूप से 97% तक बचाए, विटामिन सी सीरम बनाए।
The ball. Asking the right questions. See there again. Just try to get under it so that he can get the ball on the full, catch the ball on the full, and he did. But those square boundaries here are so big that he was caught 20 meters perhaps inside the boundary line by Shivam Dubey.
Frankly speaking, it was a nothing shot as well. Just a shovel and nothing more than that. 78 for 6.
Yeah, right ingredients, right treatment.
Probably in the game with 6 points. Let's see. 78 for 6. Tilak Varma coming on to bowl. Spinner. Another option for India. 60-40 innings. Hit the ball hard, but it's about being out there for a period of time. I don't think he's got the capacity. 8 for 7.
Verma's on to bowl and got a wicket in the first ball that he bowled. It's almost like India are flexing right now. Taking for granted that they're going to win this game. The non-regular bowlers are go, and even they're getting wickets. Serious lack of pace on this wicket. Even the ball's pitched up. Bat is trying to go towards mid-wicket. Ball's just not coming. You could see even that ball hit the toe end of the bat and went straight down the ground instead of mid-wicket.
Yeah, well, there's almost half the amount of term between the first innings here that India struck and then this innings. And if your hands are going across the line of the ball because it's not turning, then you're not giving yourself a chance to present the full face. You still have to make the contact even when you're power hitting.
The story of Pakistan tonight, isn't it? They've not really given themselves a chance, and this is a beautiful shot. Excellent shot, this one. Allowed the ball to come to him, and then he's not trying to overhit it. He's just trying to give direction and elevation to that shot.
He's a natural striker. This really was struck beautifully. That's a massive shot. A little bit of width and cashed in.
Even how he wound up into that shot and then wound out of that shot with that point of connection is beautiful.
This time the bat turned in his hand, I think, because that should have been driven again through the offside.
Yeah, this time he's still trying to get elevation on that shot. Instead, you want to hit that along the ground and try and pierce that gap between covers and long off. Or to the right of covers.
When you're power hitting, you almost need to squeeze the ball off your bat. Extend your hands, make the contact, squeeze through the line. That was what that boundary is all about. Wasn't trying to really overhit anything, just made the shape, made the connection. Excellent batting. 84 for 7.
इसीलिए लाइफ बॉय
बड़े ख्वाबों को दिए लाइफ बॉय. Absolutely, I think the case was dismissed in the first few overs as far as Pakistan is concerned, because they lost wickets and they lost rhythm.
A crucial phase of the game. The start was going to dictate if Pakistan are going to be in the chase or not. And in the first couple of overs, they threw themselves out of the chase. They didn't even give themselves a chance. Get in, just kind of understand the pace of the wicket. You want to give yourself a chance to assess the wicket and then play attacking shots.
I also feel that, they were possessed in a way to just hit the ball out of the park, because that's the modern way of playing the game. I think that's weighing too much on their minds, rather than playing the situation and the conditions and having a game plan. I think they just had individual game plans. It wasn't a team strategy as such.
You might just be right, Ramiz. I think they've had more individual game plans than just a team game plan, because the conditions are always going to dictate how you're going to bat and where you're going to score runs, against whom you're going to score runs. I don't think Pakistan assessed that at all tonight.
They tried to blast their way out of a game that should have been potentially won in the 19th over. Having the consistency. Look at that down the bottom there. Record in the last 4 ICC events. That's an extraordinary number. 96% danger zone for any opposition side.
Some would say that it's a mental block as well. You've got to be temperamentally strong, ready to match in.
But they've generally hit in every match. Those disciplined, good length areas did Bumrah hit, and Hardik as well, the back of a length, that short delivery area that he generally hits, the back of a length one, that forces the batter to play on the back foot or the square bat shots. That's all that India did. I think Pakistan just helped them along.
No contest in the last couple of years. 7-1 in favour of India. He's got to survive this one ball from Kuldeep. Plays it down well, because against pace he'll be pretty decent. Al-Mashraf 89 for the loss of 7. Yeah, absolutely. 87 from 30. 86 balls. It is extremely tough, but let's see what happens. In the meantime,
You know, I would actually almost say that's right now in this scenario of the game. That's almost wishful thinking. 87 of 36 deliveries with 3 wickets in hand. And Pakistan going with the wind away from him. So it's never going to be an easy catch. I'll tell you what. He's going to be made fun of for dropping that one.
The other thing about that catch is that it would have actually gone through the light as well. The opposite problem often to what you have here is there's too much light because the lights are quite low, but that would have gone up into the dark of the sky, which makes it really tricky to just get your bearings on it.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, that ball, as it's coming down, you can see he's done everything right, you know, to take that catch well. It's the end of the over. It's 94 for 7 now.
It's not been easy for the batsman. Just goes to tell you, we've said that before, we'll say it again, how well Ishan Kishan batted on the surface.
Well, that was fearless from Ishan Kishan, and he made life very hard for the bowlers. Took them to the cleaners in the first part of the 10 over. He was superb. It was the very first over from Shaheen where he picked up 15, and then the spinners. Pakistan relied heavily on the spinners. And how well he played against them. 10 fours, 3 sixes, his bat swing and his intentions were very, very clear.
That's up in the air. This should be a straightforward chance. It's gone to one of the safest fielders, Riku Singh. Wickets continue. So a slip in place. Oh, that's close. The finger's gone up. It looked plump. Yes, kidding onto the bat, half foot forward. They've gone upstairs. Upstairs, one would imagine.
We have a player review for LBW. The original decision is out. It is a fair delivery. I'm looking at the split screen. Running through, gap on the left. What a good delivery. I think it just bounced a little bit too much, or maybe got an inside edge. They're still waiting. Are they just gonna go review it? Let's do it. Go on. Yeah. Fair enough. I feel let's review it and see if he's got hat-trick. We have a player review for LBW. The original decision is not out. It's fair delivery. I'm looking at the split screen. Coming through. We've got a clear gap on the left hand side. Just roll that back just to confirm that. Look, just freeze it there. Yep. There's no bat involved. Go to ball track when available, please. Original decision is not out. Pitching outside off. Impact is in line. Wickets missing. Kumar, we'll get back on screen. You can stay with your original decision of not out.
On the money, Kumar Dharmasena. Both hat-trick balls were reviewed in the hope that it could be 3 and 3. But the trend continues here at this ground. Teams batting second, trying to chase down a decent score on the board, have been bowled out. .16 gone, 97 for